Today is September 27th. UFOs are real, burgeoning, and not going away. This is our special UFO update. Couple of lead stories today. This is very interesting here. What's that little object that we see in the corner of that patch? So we'll get into that and so much more. But first, a word from our very trusted sponsor, BioTrust. Have you ever wondered why we age? Not just because of the years that go by, but why do we visibly age? The big factor is a protein called collagen, or should I say the lack of it. Pay close attention, folks. Many studies have discovered that our collagen levels decrease 10% every decade. Think of collagen as the glue that holds us together. The less you have, the more visible your signs of aging may be. You don't know it yet, but in the next minute, you're going to learn how to help reduce these visible signs of aging. After years of searching, I found the closest thing we may have to the fountain of youth. Folks, I take it every day. It's called collagen. And it helps rejuvenate my skin from inside out by supplying it with the 5 specific types of collagen my body desperately needs. By boosting your collagen intake, you'll help restore your skin's elasticity while reducing the appearance of wrinkles. Stop and ask yourself where you'll be in 1 year if you don't start taking this amazing substance called collagen right now. Folks, you can try it risk-free for 60 days simply by going to healthwithla.com. That's healthwithla.com, healthwithla.com, or by clicking the link below. This is a time-sensitive offer, so please check it out. After entering your details, you'll receive your collagen delivered right to your doorstep in a few short days. Folks, 60-day money-back guarantee. The healthy aging supportive collagen in ideal forms. 5 key types of collagen you need from 4 different sources. Folks, it's the way to go. I take it every day, and I think it's helped me. So this patch is from the Office of the Director of National Intelligence. Several people sent this to me. Lindy Pierce sent it to me from the Kansas conference that we were at this year. Our good friend Mark Kahn also sent it to me. It appears to be legit. So here we've got the gun sight, all right, and then we've got this blue line with something very fast that's flying and making almost a right angle turn. Is that the SR-71? I don't know what it is, but it's all sorts of aircraft. But down in the left-hand corner, floating, if you take a look at it, it's the map of the United States, Central America, and part of South America. In the ocean there's the classic UFO disc. So this is really interesting. The fact that, folks, it's out in the open, and that's why we've created these films, okay? I created the films to arm you with the truth, and I'll get into that. Number 3, we're doing a pre-sale on it, and it's not a shameless plug. I don't care anymore. You guys need to go out and get this stuff. The first 2 are free. We need to make a living here. End of story. So we can keep doing what we're doing here. Who do you think pays for the lights? But I digress. The bottom line is this. The films are educational. They will arm you with the truth so that you will not be deceived. So there's another shot of what's going on here. Obviously, there's a UFO there. It's as plain as day. So that's deliberate. UFOs are real, burgeoning, not going away, in my humble opinion. And I've been banging this drum literally for decades. This is the coming great deception. When they show up, everything, life as we know it, will completely change. So let's move on. The Great Spiritual Awakening, official government reports claiming swarms of UFOs over Kiev. That's in the Ukraine. Ukrainian astronomers have taken to monitor fast-moving, low-visibility objects in the daytime sky over Kiev and the surrounding villages, using special calibrated cameras at 2 weather stations in Kiev and another village about 75 miles away to the south. Astronomers observed dozens of objects that cannot scientifically be identified as known natural phenomena. Now, this picture that we see here, I don't know whether that's the real deal or Photoshop. It is getting, and this is why I went with it. we've got 3 stories right here, 1, 2, 3. So we've got Astrology Universe, not saying that I buy that. That was my first tag on this. But then look at this one. Ukrainian astronomers claim UFOs spotted in skies above Kiev. The paper has divided these so-called UFOs into 2 types, cosmic and phantom. It has, however, made no reference about the ongoing war. This is September 16th. So this is why I ran with the story today, and I moved our UFO update usually from Wednesdays till today. I just felt it was between that patch that we see, which I just addressed, and of course, what's going on over in Kiev, I thought it was pertinent to weigh in, and that's what I'm doing. This is from the Eurasian. Aliens hovering over Ukraine, ? Kiev's main observatory says country's airspace visited by numerous UFOs with no military link. Let's just stop there and walk through it. No military link. It's not the Chaikovs, it's not the Russians, it's certainly not us. So who is it? Who is it? Why is it that Tucker Carlson, I think we're on the 11th rung of a disclosure ladder. That is in our new film, by the way. Once again, this is why we're making the films. You need to pre-order it, save $5, lamarzulli.net, lamarzulli.net. We need thousands of you to watch the film, invite your people over, invite your friends and your loved ones over. The phenomena is not going away. Now it's over Ukraine. Why? Because of the war going on there. There's also threats of the nuke thing, right? Russia's saber rattling. There may be some sort of a nuclear exchange in that area. If that happens, if there really is a live nuke that goes off anywhere on this planet, they will show up in ways that you can't even imagine. And maybe that is actually disclosure. I don't know. But it's happening. And I've been banging this drum, as I said earlier, literally for decades. Mostly on deaf ears. And even now, with headlines like this, you would think that people would be waking up. Some people are, you are. That's why you're here watching this show, and I really appreciate it. You need to tell a friend. You need to tell 5 friends, because this UFO update is important. So let's continue. So, visited by numerous UFOs with no military link. So, as I said, it's not the Chaikovs, not the Russians, it's not us. So who is it? Certainly not the Venezuelans. So where's this stuff coming from? And we know that our country, specifically on Fox News, but in all media, has now called the phenomena real. UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena. So the cat's out of the bag. I mean, it's in our faces. And yet the church, unfortunately, dithers. So let's move on. That's a great graphic. I just love this. I love it because it's edgy. I don't love it because what it reveals. I'm actually started on the 4th film, on the abduction film. And this film will be different than the other 3, much different than the other 3. It's visceral because we're going to step over a new threshold into the abduction phenomena. Because what you'll see in this film is, not only is it eye-opening, but it speaks of ancient prophetic texts. It talks about the breeding program. It dovetails completely with what we read in the biblical prophetic narrative, specifically the book of Daniel. So this is all this to get to this point. And for this cause, God shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. Okay. That they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. Let's go back. And for this cause, God shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. So what is the truth? What is the truth? In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. That's the truth. Now, we can believe that God spoke everything into existence, that he holds all things together, or we can just go, well, that's mythos, that's fantasy, and believe the ultra fantasy of Darwinism, that from nothing, all of this just took place, because they don't like the idea of a creator God. Which is it? So who are they? Who are those who did not believe the truth of our scripture? And people watching this will say, well, that's just Christian mythos, LA. Well, when Jesus is here, what is he doing? He's manipulating the elements, everything. He's producing for ex nihilo, from nothing, enough fish to feed 5,000 people. How's that possible? Fish and loaves. He heals the lepers at the molecular cellular level. How is it possible? A man born blind from birth is given sight. How is that possible? He was God in the flesh, fully man, fully God. dwelling amongst us, Emmanuel, for a period of time. So God shall send them. Do you think the Lord wants to do this? Of course not. But we've made the choice. And that's why on the other side of the aisle, you get, and I don't want to get too political here, I'll get a strike. But you get people jumping up and down, yelling certain things about certain rights. And I'll just leave it at that. Country's very divided right now, very unstable. But God sends them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. The Darwinian paradigm states that all this just happened over billions of years, random chance. However, and you've heard me talk about this, we know that the complexity of the spiral of life, which is our logo, the name of our company, the spiral of life, the deoxyribonucleic acid, the double helix, the DNA molecular structure, contains the genetic code for everything on this planet. Where did that come from? It just didn't happen from primordial soup for a couple of billion years. Somebody made that. The question is who? So the neo-Darwinists are looking out there to the stars, to ET. Well, we were created by ET, of course. Some advanced race of extraterrestrials. Really? That's the lie. That is the lie. When they show up, they will tell us that they created all life on this planet, genetically manipulated early man, started the world's civilizations, and now at this critical juncture, and religions, by the way, they are back, ET is back to usher mankind into a golden age. So I've been saying this, I've been saying that, literally for decades, Now it's here. We are on the cusp of something which will change life as we know it. The question is the church here for that? And I have no answer to that. The strong delusion is a reality. I call it the coming great deception. And this prophecy is written thousands of years ago. I have a good friend that says, well, you know, LA, I've watched what you say, but I got to have it on the back burner. I'm just not so sure yet. And I said, if not this, then what? If we all believe that we're in the last days, right? Then what are we looking at? If it's not this, then what is it? I said this a little earlier. Jim Tetlow and I, when he was alive, we used to chat it up on the phone, and Jim was absolutely certain that it was going to be the Marian apparitions, which were going to be the coming great deception. And I said, Jim, I agree, the so-called Marian apparitions, which are not Mary of the Bible, it's a deception. And if you want to see what that looks like, check out our Fatima films, when we show so-called Marian apparitions that are manifesting all over the world. You tell me what they are. They're blobs of light. They don't look like Mary. They're just blobs of light. They have like a blue thing that could be a veil. Pareidolia. You see what you want to see in the image, but it's certainly not Mary of the Bible, in my opinion. So all this is going on. It's all happening right in front of us. And Jim, if it's not, if it's, I get it. We're seeing Marian apparitions, but what overshadows that completely is the entire UFO phenomena. And this is where now it's in Kiev. Now astronomers, and there's 3 different links there. So I know the story is true. It's the best of my knowledge. I could be wrong, but to the best of my knowledge, that's the real deal. They're appearing over the skies, and it's troublesome because they come and go with complete impunity. No one can stop them. They manipulate space, time, matter, and energy in ways that defy our physics. Are they for us or are they against us? Is this, in fact, the strong delusion that they would be the lie, that they would believe a lie? And the lie is that, hey, we seeded you here. We're your progenitors. We are your creators. We, E.T. That's where we're going. Ellie, I just watched UFO Disclosure for the 2nd time. Thank you very much for all you have done in life. You are a bastion of Christianity. Thank you, Gordon. Really appreciate it. Them's his really kind words. God bless you, Gordon Barrett. So there's the first 2. Here's number 3. We are in a pre-sale for it. I would encourage you, I would admonish you to go to our site, lamarzulli.net, and pre-order it. You can save $5. Plus, you get to view our very first film in the Watchers series. UFOs, guess what? Guess what the title was? UFOs are real, burgeoning, and not going away. My good friend, the late Richard Shaw, was the director. It was our first film together. We had no idea that this film would lead to the 10 other films that we did together. How about that? So there was 11 films in the watches, but you can watch this one for free. We're offering it for a very limited time, just 2 weeks you can watch it for free, and then that'll be it. What you'll find interesting is this was done, I think, circa 2012, so it's 10 years ago. And here I am talking about the same things that I'm talking about now. The difference is now our government has declared that the phenomenon is real. Fox News, what is it? Every couple of weeks, Tucker Carlson brings someone else on talking about cattle mutilations. Number 11 on the disclosure ladder is Amy Hornacek talking about alien abductions, which of course I'm looking right over at my monitor, and there it is. I did the intro yesterday, and it's really very, very edgy. This film was a departure from anything I've ever done before. It's going to be more dramatic and very cinematic, in my opinion. We'll see what the Lord does with it. But there it is, folks. LAMarzulli.net, LAMarzulli.net. Check out the trailer. We're going to run the trailer for you right now. Once again, there's a pre-sale going on. Thousands of people come here every day. Thousands. You need to watch these films. You need to get number 3. You really do. Followed by 4, 5, and 6. Invite your friends over. Educate them. Buy 2 of them. Give 1 to your pastor. And then when have you watched it? Well, I haven't had time yet. 2 weeks go by. Well, have you watched it, sir? Well, why haven't you watched it? What's preventing you from watching it? It's just amazing, the laissez-faire attitude within the church. I spoke at Yuba City over the weekend with Derek Gilbert, and Derek was just amazing. And also Brian Artis was incredible. He was there. So the 3 of us had a great time. I spoke 3 times. Derek spoke 3 times. Sunday night was electric. I spoke at a satellite church, and it was absolutely amazing. Just amazing. The crowd was electric. And I lectured for probably about 2 hours. And I admonished the people to talk to their pastors, people coming from other churches. You need to wake up your pastors. You need to wake up your friends. Not because L.A. Marzulli says it, although I've been saying it for decades, because it's in your face. We have the answer. We were warned prophetically by Jesus himself. Men would faint from fear from what is coming upon the earth. Unless those days were shortened, no flesh would survive. Something is coming, which is unprecedented. Something is coming, we're getting glimpses of it, which will change the entire global paradigm in a flash. It's nefarious, it's malevolent, and it's cooked up in Hell's Kitchen. Here's the trailer.
They got their knowledge from the heavens.
You saw it, said, whoa, that's a UFO.
This orb comes up and it's bright orange.
I'm not wanting to make full eye contact with these things. But from what I did see, when I did look at them, they're like they're soulless.
It was right directly above us right here, and then it started tilting and moving up like that.
All of a sudden I was being lifted about 3 feet off the ground.
It was going slow. I was walking right underneath it.
Thanks so much for watching our UFO update. Remember, there is a pre-sale going on. You can check it out, LAMarzulli.net. UFOs are real, burgeoning, and not going away. Thanks for watching.